there are 6 types of activity types. One is start milestone, second is finish milestone, third is resource dependent level of effort, then task dependent and WPS summary. So these types of activities, activity types we have to assign in any project. Now for example, what is milestone? What are milestones? Milestones are trigger points. Okay. The previous project, the last day you did some project for the WPS, right? Can you take out that project? Yes. Open that project. Open the WPS project. Open the last class WPS project. WPS project. Have you opened? Yes. Okay. What you have seen that there are WPS activities, right? Now, WPS summary is, let me take the project.
Project, no?
Sir, project.
Project WBS.
No. Again, hashtag WS full है sir.
See,
Sir,
have you
enterprise
seen this receipt of information?
projects.
This is the WPS summary of the particular WPS.
Like that.
Designing. This is the WPS summary of that particular WPS. So here we have start milestone, finish milestone, level of efforts. I'll explain one by one. Resource dependent, task dependent. WPS. WPS is this. Okay, the summary of the WPS. Each WPS. Okay. Now this summary. What is the summary of designing a 30 days? It starts so and so and ends so and so days. So that is the summary. So we don't have to assign the WPS summary. Task dependent. Another activity is task dependent. What is task dependent? FS relationship. One activity has to be completed, then the next activity has to be started. So this particular activity is a dependent of the previous activity. Clear? So that is task dependent. And what are milestones? Milestones have zero duration. What? Zero duration. Now, whenever a project starts or a WPS starts, maybe the first activity is start milestone, second activity is finish milestone. Okay? And here also start activity, finish milestone and start milestone. Normally, why we insert milestone? Milestones are trigger points. Where we start an activity, where we end an activity, and the duration will be always zero. Okay? Clients normally ask the milestone reports only because seeing the milestone reports, they will be able to understand where the project is now. Clear? So resource dependent.
We general.
That's resource dependent there. So what is resource dependent? Resource dependent in the sense means suppose a particular activity they need say a particular resource to complete that job. Suppose a quality engineer is required to complete that particular task. So that is very important that the engineer has to be there for 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever it is. So we have to again go back, click that particular activity and put resource dependent. Okay. So these are start milestone and finish milestone is common in every product. Resource dependent is not common. Sometimes we have to use. Okay. WPS summary we have already seen. It is already there. Task dependent we don't have to assign it here because on the activities we are already assigning relationships, right? Task dependent is one task is dependent to some other task. So that is already there. So the important thing here is just memorize this start milestone, finish milestone, resource dependent. So what are the types of activities if somebody asks you? Start milestone, finish milestone, resource dependent, WPS, summary, then resource dependent. Now there is something called level of efforts. If you click there, you can see there's a function called level of efforts. What are level of efforts? The level of efforts is nothing. It's calculated for our internal purpose. Now, for example, a clerk is working in the background office from the start of the project to the end of the project. So normally the organization calculates his wages linking with this particular project. because he works for this project, but this will not go to the client. So level of efforts are clerical jobs, equipment maintenance. If the company is having one shovel, five shovels, other machineries and all, there's a routine process of equipment maintenance. And these machineries are in some project. Okay. So the equipment maintenance will keep on going, and that also will be calculated as level of effort because somebody is working there, not on the project, but on those machineries, but which is linked to the project. So this is not important, but you need to understand what is the level of effort. Now I am going to make a level of efforts for this particular project. Just imagine, I added one more, I am going to add one more activity. After this project, I am going to add one more activity. Okay, I added one more activity. I just put the level of efforts. A clerk is going to work from the beginning of the project till end of the project. I just want to calculate how many days he is working there. That's it. And this has, always keep in mind, this has nothing to do with the client. Okay, this is not calculated in the project things, but we need to know whoever is working apart from the external things, whoever is working. Okay, equipment maintenance, clerical jobs, meetings. You know, the client might be having meetings, so there is somebody that will take the minutes of the meeting. So all these things, all these clerical jobs, meetings and all will come under level of effort. Now there is a clerk working. Just imagine there is a clerk working from the beginning of the project till the end of the project. Clear? Now I am going to calculate level of efforts of the clerk. Okay. Now what I will do is, once I type this, I doesn't know how many days he is going to work there. He starts from the beginning of the project, and his work will finish at the end of the project. So in this case, what we need to do, we just go to the relationship tab. Go to the relationship tab. Okay? Just click the relationship tab. Here we have to insert the predecessor and the successor. So this clerk working starting from the project start date. So we just go, see the left side is the predecessor. I'm going to assign the first one. First activity is a 1000. When it start, this clerk start. So what will be his relationship? When the project start, he started this job. So what will be the relationship? Start to start, right? When the project start, this guy starts. So the relationship is start to start. Clear? Predecessor we already inserted. Now the next one is the successor. I am going to the next tab. Assign. So this guy's work will finish once the project will finish. So I am going to the last activity, finish the project. Okay, I am just assigning it. And what will be his relationship? Finish to finish. Very clear. Right? This guy starts his work in the beginning of the project. So the predecessor is start to start. He starts the job once the project begins. And he ends the job once that is the successor. He ends the job once the project is complete. So the relationship will be FL. Don't forget this. Because normally internally, the accounts can come and ask you, give me those 5 activities. After the 5th activity, there is a level of effort for a meeting. So we have to calculate from the 5th activity, from the first activity to the 5th activity. So it normally comes like this. So always remember the predecessor of the activity start as a start to start relationship, and the successor ends up as a finish to finish. Don't forget this. Will you forget?
No.
Yes? Who told you this? Okay. So I calculated this. Now what I have to do is, I already assigned the level of effort. Now we have to go to the general tab, activity type. We have to change it to level of efforts. We have to change it to level of efforts. Okay? Then you schedule it. Now my level of efforts for this my project is 120 days, which is my full project date 120 days, because the guy starts on the first day and ends on the second day. So you should get the same project date there, level of efforts. How much? What is the project total date?
Right. So right.
38 days. You should get 38 days. You should get 38 days level of efforts.
Add.
Let me check. Sir. Okay, this is level of efforts. Okay, just to memorize it, just type the LOA.
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 LOA. Okay, fine.
Effort, E, level of effort.
Okay. Now what you have to do, immediately go to your general
General
tab,
tab.
change this to, because that task, where's the task? Change the task. This is not available. The last,
Last one, last one.
No, sir. Here it is already.
you need to add one more task here. Okay? To find the level of effort. This one will be available.
It will be deleted.
That's no problem. You can just put some alphabets and something there.
How delete it? How can I delete?
No, don't delete. You inserted it there? No, you cannot insert there.
No, sir. Actually, it was here. After
Here.
1240, it was
450, but
here.
it is gone there.
But it suddenly went up.
1258 by
Ah,
sign. Yes.
see, sir.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay. This is not to be there.
Now it's clear. Okay, this one we need to delete. Okay. Now this one you just go to general, just click here, go to level of effort. That's it. And now we are going to the relationship tag. The relationship tag assign the predecessor first because this guy starts the job from activity one. This one. Okay, and the relationship should be SS. SS. And this guy ends the job once the project is finished. And this is 1240. And the relationship will be finished to finish. That's it.
Okay.
Update the field. Schedule. See? Now you have the level of effort the same like your project. 38 days. 36 days you have. Your level of efforts, because the guy starts from the day one and ends on the last day.
Sir, here
38 days.
it is coming 0.
You didn't, 1 second. Go to the relationship. 1 second.
Sir.
SS, effort.
Yes.
It's all correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that means, give me. The level of efforts is not assigned here. Go to pass. This level of efforts is not clicked here. Just click that. Apply. No, your relationship is a problem. No, this is not correct. Remove this. The level of efforts is not correct. Remove this. Assign. Go back to the first activity. Assign. It should be SS relationship. Close this. Remove this one. Assign. Go back to the last activity. Assign. That is FF relationship. And then schedule. No. I'm having a problem. General. It's level of effort. This should be level of effort. No, you put this one 0.
No, sir, I didn't put.
Not like this. And
Not reflected.
Okay.
it should be the
Okay, by
default. You
default.
put 0 there. That's the reason you are not getting because it automatically went into finish milestone. So now you have to mention here level of efforts. Okay, now you go to the relationship, assign, go to the first activity, A1000, assign, then go to the close this one and then reopen from here. Otherwise it might get clash. Then come to 1 0, assign, there is some sort of links there because this one should be here. This should be linked here.
Okay.
That is the reason you are not getting because your predecessor here is wrong.
Sir.
It should go to 1230.
1240.
You put there 1250. You don't have 1250. So you have to remove this predecessor from underneath, and then your predecessor here is the 1230. 1230 is your predecessor. See how I am identifying the things? Okay, now you come here. This is all status is sorry.
general level of effort is already there, relationship is already there. Now here you have to find the last relationship, which is 1240, assign, okay, is FF, now you will get it.
5 day আসিয়া কথা নয় যেতে তাই না
See?
हाँ 20 days.
Because the reason is
Sir.
that your predecessor was wrong.
here
Always
the
take that the previous activity's predecessor is right.
here the predecessors you have affected is not reflected. No, you attend those people.
One second. This one, the problem is right click here, put boss. This is not ticked. See, the level of efforts there is not ticked. Apply.
Now this.
And no,
Have the tag.
no tag is still. Tag.
ଆସିଗଲା ସାର୍ ଏଇଟା 28 ଦିନ ଆସିଗଲା
ଏଠି କାଇଁ predecessor definitions କାଇଁ
ଏଇଟା ପା ସାର୍ predecessorଟା ଏଇଟା
1000
ହଁ A1000
SSSU AFF
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଏଇଟା ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଏଇଟା ଦେଖୁନାହାନ୍ତି
ଯେମିତି ଆସିନି ନା ତାଙ୍କର ସେଇଠି ଦେଖ ଯେମିତି ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ସବୁ ଆସିଛି ନା ଏଠି ଦେଖ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ ସେଇଟା ଆମେ ଇଏ ଦିଦିଟା କରିଥିଲେ ସାର୍
ହଁ
ସେତେବେଳେ
ଏଇଠି ଦିଟା ହେଲା ନା ମାନେ 1200 ରୁ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ଆଉ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଫିନିଶ ହେବ 1240
ସାର୍ ନାଇଁ ଏଇଟା ୟା ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ଏଠି ଇଏ ସକ୍ସେସରଟା ନାହିଁ ପା ସାର୍ ସକ୍ସେସରଟା 1240 ଯୋଉଟା ଏଠି ନାହିଁ ଏଠି ଖାଲି ପ୍ରିଡିସେସର ରହିବ ଏଇଟା
ସକ୍ସେସର ନାହିଁ ଯଦି
ସକ୍ସେସରଟା ଆମେ ଏଇଠି ଦଉନୁ ସାର୍
ହଁ ନାଇଁ ଏଇଠି ନାହିଁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ତାହେଲେ ସେଇଟା କୋଉଠି ଅଛି ବୋଲି ଜାଣିବ ଲେଖା ହେଲା ବୋଲି ଏସଏସ୍ ବୋଲି ଏଫଏଲ୍
ସେଇଟା ଏଇଠି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଠି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଠି ସାର୍ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଠି ରିଲେସନସିପଟା ହେଲା ଫିନିଶ ଟୁ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ହଁ ଆଉ ଏଇଟା ତାର ସକ୍ସେସରଟା
এইটাକୁ କଲେ ଯାଇକି ଦେଖିବ ଏଇଟା ହଁ ଦେଖେଇଲା
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଇଏ ସାର୍
ଏଇଟା ଦେଖେଇଲା
ଏଇଟା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ
ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ଟୁ
ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ
ଜିରୋ
ଆଉ
ଡେ
ସେଇଟା ଫିନିଶ ଟୁ ଫିନିଶ
ଆଉ ଏଇଟା 28 ଡେଜ୍ କଣ ଦେଖେଇଲା
ଏଇଟା 28 ଦିନ ସାର୍ ଅଲ୍ ଟୋଟାଲ ଇଏ କାମ କରିବ 28 ଦିନ
କେମିତି
ଏଇଟା ସାର୍
ଦିନର ପୁରା ଇଏଟା ହଉଛି ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟଟା ହଉଛି 36 ଦିନ
37 days
ଆଉ ତ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲା ଶେଷ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ
ତାହେଲେ
ଗଲା 36 ଦିନ କରିବା କଥା
8000 ହଁ ये सर ଏଇଟା ତ 36 ଦିନ କରିବା କଥା 28
କଣ
ଦିନ କାଇଁ
5 ଦିନ
କରୁଛି
କରାଗଲା
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଲାଷ୍ଟଟା 1240 ଏଟା ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଠିକ ଅଛି ଏଟା ସପୋଜ 0 ଡେ ବି ହେଲା ଫିନିଶ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ
level of effort what comes out to be
Will be the total number of days of
No,
the project
sir.
because
No,
the guys
sir.
start from the
beginning
beginning.
to end.
Ends of ends.
But here it comes
sir
as 28 days.
28 days
ନା ଆଉ ତଳେ ଥିବ
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଆଉ ନାହିଁ ତ
ତାଙ୍କର ବି 36 ଆସିଲା ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ କୋଉଠି
Level of effort
କୋଉଠି
is
ଗୋଟେ
not
ଗଣ୍ଡଗୋଳ
showing
ଅଛି
here. There's no line here. Just right click it. No, right click.
ନାଇଁ
Right click.
ଆମର
37
ଡେ
days
ଅଫ ଦ ୱିକ୍ କେତେ ଲେଖିଲା ତ ସେୟା ତ
Then click.
ଆମେ ଜାଣିବା କେମିତି ୱିକର କେତେ ଥିଲା ଜାଣିବା କେମିତି କେତେ ୱିକ୍ ଥିଲା
The level of efforts bar. If you're not getting the level of efforts bar, guys, please listen here. If you are not getting the level of efforts bar, just go to. I'll show you a trick. Just go and click the bar chart. Okay. Click here, right click, go to bars. Go to bus, click the first two
predecessor
level of efforts. These two you have to click. Then only the bar will be there. Okay, the bar will show there. Apply. Okay. Now you see my level of effort bar is there. There's a green line there. Okay. Very simple. Just right click. Go to boss. And on the first level of effort, remaining and level of effort actual is there. Just click that.
Say 28 days.
सर
Clear?
हाँ मोर भी से 20 days में ना
Clear?
अच्छा 1 2 3
What to do or you cannot understand and tell the address, I will help you.
Level of efforts comes out to be less than the project duration. It is supposed to be, the project duration comes out to be 36 days.
Yes.
Okay, 36 days.
Yes.
So level of effort should be 36.
Yes.
But it comes out to 28.
How much? 28. That
20.
means this one is not correct. The one which we linked is not correct. I'm just removing it. I'm just going to assign the level of efforts. First activity.
1000 is correct.
Okay, so SS relationship. SS should be SS relationship. Yeah. Assign. It should be the last activity 1240. Assign. This is the effort relationship. Now schedule update. Schedule. There is some predecessor on the previous activity. Maybe the predecessor is wrong. This should be. The predecessor of this is 1, 2.
50 was not there. Suppose this should be removed. 1250 is removed.
Yes. And the predecessor there is the previous activity 1, 2.
30.
Otherwise, we have to check all the predecessors. If some predecessors may have got wrong, that is the reason it is not correct. Now it reached to 0. That means there is some issues. There is some issue.
Hey, you have to. One two 40. What is the predecessor?
सर 1240 predecessor 1230
Only one.
only 1230
1230. ठीक है. 1230
सर 1230 1220
তারপরটা 1210.
सर
তারপরে 120.
Yes.
1240.
Okay. Now there are some errors on your
Data
predecessor.
Okay. Finished? Clear?
तो लाइक ये सब प्रोजेक्ट में वो इससे सर ऑटोमेटिकली
See, when you start with predecessor, successor will be automatically
1230 রে দেখলাম তবে
Sir,
1230
এটা-
1240 টা দেখলাম সেটা
এটা
কিন্তু
বাই
1250
ବାଇ
ଆସିଯାଉଛି।
ଡିଫଲ୍ଟ ସାର୍ ଦୁଇଟା ଇଏ ପଳେଇ ଆସୁଛି ଏଇଥିପାଇଁ କାହିଁକିନା ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଏଠି ସକ୍ସେସରଟା
ହଁ
ଦେଉଛୁ
ଆଉ ସେଠି ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲା ତାର ସେ ଅଟୋମେଟିକାଲି ପଳେଇ ଯାଉଛି ଆର ପଟକୁ।
and so his successor
ସେଟା କେତେ ଦିନ ହେଉଛି?
ମୋର ବି ସେଇ ଅଛି sir।
ଦିନଟି ହବ 29 ଦିନ
normal
ହେଉଛି।
case, I'll show you something.
It's something going wrong.
See, now you have inserted all the, you have scheduled the project with the predecessor, right? Now, somebody is asking you, give me the successor also. Just go to the row header, go to column, okay, then go to general tab. You will get the successors here. Just click the successors next to predecessor. Okay, apply. Your successor is automatically there. See, only one you have to add. We schedule the project using predecessor, right? So successor will come automatically. You don't have to bother about that. If you want to see the successor, bring the successor on the header row. You will get it automatically. Okay, clear? Let me move to the next chapter. So what we have done is we have finished the activity types. How many types of activities are there? How many activity types are there? 6. What are they? Start milestone, finish milestone, resource dependent, task dependent, WBS summary, level of efforts. There are 6. So this is as much important as the relationship. Clear? Now we are going to learn something very, very, very important.
ଜାଣିବାର କେମିତି କଲମକୁ ଯାଇକି ଓକେ କ୍ୟାନ୍ସେଲ ଆପ୍ଲାଏ କ'ଣ କରିବି
सर ये अवेलेबल ऑप्शंस को आसंती
ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ଅଛି ଦେଇଛି ନା
हां
ଦେଇନି
क्लिक करो हां फाइंड सक्सेसर
ଏଠି ଲେଖିବାକୁ
आज्ञा
Something very, very, before we move into that, we want to learn a small thing which are called constraints.
फाइंड
What are the triple constraint elements?
आउट सर आउट एला सक्सेसर
What are the triple constraint elements?
आउट क्लिक करंतु
Just
ଏବେ ଆସିଲା এটা ক্লোজ
I told you when I explained the project management, what are triple constraint elements? What are the triple constraint elements?
And scope.
ଏବେ এই सक्सेसर टा
quality,
predecessor
time,
पूर्ण नहीं आछे
and cost. Very good. So in P6, we are going to manage it in a different way because the software is set in such a way. We have learned late start date, we have learned early start date, we have learned late finish date, right? On the CPM part, we have learned all those things, right? So let me go through that. What are the P6 constraints? See, during the construction process, the real life issues control and activity start or completion. Now, we plan things, we make the project, we made a schedule, everything is there. But when we go into a real project life, on a real project environment, there are different types of issues. There are different types of problems. Now, I was working in long back. I started my career with ADNOC and yes, ADNOC, they are all big oil companies in the Middle East. So I was working as a project coordinator. And you know, when we go inside the refinery, there are certain processes. We have a project plan with us. We have to complete certain tasks on a certain day, certain time. But when we go inside the plant, there are processes. We need to get a permit before 9 o'clock every morning to start the job. Now, these ADNOC engineers or the ADNOC people, they can delay it. Normally, we start the work at 10:30. 9 o'clock, we have to start the job. So, there is a delay. So, in that case, what a good project manager or a project team does, they crunch the schedules. They make the schedules in different ways. You know, they might say maybe we can start this particular task today itself, because this has to start tomorrow. No, we start today itself, because it is not going to affect any of the critical path, or it is not going to affect any other linked task. So let us start this today. So mandatory task. So here, if you see here, finish on or after. So this task can be finished either on this day, or if it is delayed for 2 days, there is no issue. So it is not going to affect the work. Finish on or before. Either this can be finished on the same day or before. So there is no issues on that. Then mandatory start and mandatory finish. This has to be start on the same day. This has to be finish on the same day. Why? I will give you a small example. A project engineer is coming from Russia. He is hired for 5 days. His task is for 4 days. He is hired for 5 days. He came on the first day. So this guy's work have to be finished on the fifth day because you have to travel on the fifth day. We cannot delay. So what is that? Mandatory start, mandatory finish.
Finish.
Then it comes start on or after. Then we can start on this day or after. Then it start on or before. Either we can start on this day or before. So these are the constraint types that is available in these systems. Finish on or after, finish on or before, mandatory start or finish, start on or after, start on or before.
Before.
Now, as I told you, when it comes to the real project scenario, I will explain you why this is happening. When do you use constraints? Why this is happening? This is common in all projects across all the world. So before going into that, let me ask you one question. If somebody is coming and saying, my project is 100% success as per plan, do you believe? No. Why? Not that. Now, you told me it's not. Right. The answer is right. But what is the reason? I will not agree if somebody comes and says to me that the project is 100% success as per the plan. No, it's not correct. Why? Because there is uncertainties in every project. There is delays in every project. There is change orders in every project. The scope can alter. The client needs something to be added more. So can we finish it as we plan? No. This part we will learn in the earned value management part. Okay, in detail. So here the constraints are external constraints and internal constraints. What are external constraints? The contractual constraints, environmental constraints, seasonal and weather constraints, legal, administrative issues, third-party constraints. Like suppose if it is going to rain heavily for the next 5 days, can we do the construction?
No.
So we have to change. Now there are some legal formalities, there are some legal issues coming up. The government has changed the law. The government needs to protect the environment. They are going to bring a new law, and all running projects should comply with that. There will be a delay, right? So these are the external constraints that is going to affect us, and accordingly we have to change the start date, finish date, mandate to start. We have to change the logic. Even when I was doing some projects, I have changed even the critical path. I changed the logic because the project has to be get completed within that specified time. They might give maybe only 10 days or 15 days more, not more than that. So I have to change the logic. But I change in a way without affecting those tasks. So there are certain things that we can do. But only when we start working in a real project-like scenario, we can do that. Now, I'll advise you one more thing. If you go for an interview, if the interviewer is asking you, okay, there is a critical part. We are in a very tight situation. The client needs to hand over the project on the set date. We cannot alter anything. The only way is we can play around the critical part. Is it possible?
Yes.
Then what will be your answer?
Yes.
Logically, no. But after studying all the related tasks, definitely we can do certain adjustments. So the next question might be this: how are you going to do that adjustment? I might play around with the constraints. That's, you cannot do any other things. You can adjust the constraints. You can change the constraints. Then the second thing is, okay, the client is taking big issue. Maybe I have to put additional manpower. Some projects we are forced to do that. Some projects we are forced to give them overtime. So this all depends on the circumstances, on the external and internal factors. Now, internal factors, management targets. Some management are very shrewd. actually the project will complete on time. They realize that the project will complete on time. But they are insisting the project manager to complete it within 5 days. 5 days before ahead. Will it be possible? It might be possible depending on the situation. So again, the project manager or the project team has to go and apply the constraints. There are a lot of things. So managing a project is not very simple. But if you memorize all these things, definitely you are a winner. As a starter, definitely you are a winner. Now, inter-project dependencies. What is inter-project dependencies? Inter-project dependencies. I told you about data. Data might be having 100 safety officers who are employed in different project sites. So some safety officers come to another site, they have to move to another site. So there's an interdependency there. Sometimes it can affect the project. Resource skill constraint. This is one of the constraints that we are facing today in India. Resource skilled resources. That is one of the important things. If you are not getting this exact or correct skilled resource, the project can get problems. Then outage periods. Outage periods is electricity, right? If the electricity is shut down, it is going to affect us. If the electricity is shut down, it is going to affect us. Right? So, all these are the constraints that is going to affect everybody. Now, we can do a small thing on constraints, how we can change the constraints. Take a very small thing. I will just send you an exercise. Just open the question. You create a project. 5 days, 6 hours calendar. Assign 5 days, 6 hours calendar. Schedule the project. Question B, I will advise you how to do it. Just create that project. Insert. You want to go for interview. You're coming back.
In the time.
Because I may send you to worksheet also. So you can do that, but if you face difficulties, let us know tomorrow. Because that is very important. We are going to start the resources today.
But get it clear. Okay. Go. Best of luck, all of you.
So the first part, what you have to do is, you create the project. You create the project. You don't have to write. You create the project.
You have to go to
Why you want to write the project? As you like. Create anywhere, in any EPS. Create a project ID, create a project name, create that particular project and schedule it. You are also great. What is start or after? Have you seen the CPM part? Have you seen the late start and late finish? So we can start on the same day or after. We are good. The answer B, question B, please hold it. I will advise you. Schedule the project. That's it. Schedule the
project on roads and TNC.
Anyway, you can create. Go to software. The software is empty. Okay. Just create the right click, highlight, right click, add. Next. Next. Just put an ID. Just put what we are going to do, constraints. Just put CONS. No. You have to delete that new project. Constraints.
Okay. Next.
Yeah.
Next.
Next. Finish. It is saying a 5 days, 6 hours. 5 days, 6 hours.
5 days.
6 hours. Let's see whether we have that calendar 5 days, 6 hours.
5 days, 10 hours.
No, you don't have. You need to create one 5 days, 6 hour calendar. Okay, all of you take 5 days. What all calendar is available? 5 days, 10 hours is available, I think. So take that calendar. 5 days? 5 days, 8 hours. Okay, take that out. Calendar. 5 days, 8 hours.
8 hours. How can
For
I?
yours, let me check. Take this, no problem. There will be only 2 hours difference, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Now,
just right click, open the project. Open the project. Now add. How many activities are there? 10 activities. Just add 5 activities. How many? Insert here, it is very easy, but here there is no insert. Add. 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 And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to copy this. Because it is 10 activities. I'm just going to copy this with the right click, copy, right click, paste. That's it. That's it. Okay, now you see here the predecessor. See all of you, okay, predecessors you have to add. Go to the predecessors and add the predecessors. From second activity. Only the predecessor. No, double click the predecessors. Just go up, second activity. Yes. Double click. Yes.
A101.
A1000. A1000. First one. A1000. Design. Plus button. Plus button. Design. Next is A1010. Next is A1020. A1020. Next is A1010. Add. Plus button. Plus button. Finish plus button. There is one more. A1020. One more. Again. Again go. 1020. Design. One more is there. 1030. One more. Just go there. 1030. Okay. So there are 3 parallel activities. Now when you come next is 1040. Next one 1040. Design. Next is 1050. Next one also is 1050. Same. 1050. Next one is 1060. 1060. Okay. Next one is 1080. Yes. Now we have to insert the number of days. Close the screen. Yes. Now you go to the first activity. It is 1 day. Click that one. No, the first activity, A1000. The header you cannot click. 1, 3, 2, 5, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 4. Now you have to schedule your file. Schedule. Go to the clock. Schedule. Okay, now total how many days you got? 27 days. See, these are all critical path, right? And there is only one path here. Now the project says that we have to do some adjustments. We are going to task 1030. Go to task 1030. Okay, in the 1030, they are saying to adjust it to start on or after. So you have to go in here, status. Just put start.
Started.
Yeah. Just put start. It already start. Just put start. Okay. Go up. Now these are the constraints. primary constraint here. We're going to start on or after they are saying. Start on or after. Right? Start on or after. So we have to say come down. We have to say start on or after. Now this starts on 23rd February, right? I didn't start on that day on the next day. So I'm just going to the next day. Next day, Saturday is holiday. Sunday is holiday. So Monday it's you can start on or on the next day. Now here 23rd Feb, right? So just go here. I have to just click here and then I have to go to the 26th Monday. Okay, now schedule. See, this activity came this so much, extended to this so much. Start on or after.
What does it mean? 27 days.
Yeah, that didn't change because the activity remains 5 days.
Sir, how to put,
There is 2 days holidays.
sir, how to put that start on or after?
I will show you. I will show you. I didn't show anybody.
Finish? Finish assigning the project?
Yeah, sir.
So, what is the total duration?
27 days.
27 days. Okay, fine. Now, the second question, what the second question says?
On and after.
10. What does the second question says? 1030, right? On 1030, what you have to do? You have to come to the status. See the status here? The second icon, status. Here you can see start, finish. Let me explain you. Please listen. Now, actually, the start, finish, and all, we make it once we start the execution. The site will give the report, we'll put a start. Once it is start, we'll press here start. If it is completed, we put start and finish, and this area will show 100%. Okay. Some, it will start, maybe the site will give you 30% completed. We can add here 30%. So once here, we have to put the status here, then the constraints are here. On particular activity, the constraints are here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going here to 1030. I'm just going to the constraint part. Start on or after. It says start on or after. So mine here is 6th March. Yours is 23rd. 23rd? Okay, 23rd Feb, on 23rd Feb or another day. So you can start on the next day. So what I will do is, I just go to the next day, select, okay, and this start date also we can change from there itself to the next day. Because the constraint, the project should know there's a constraint applied already there. Okay, then you go and update the project. There will be a slight difference on your project. But it's very easy. Go to select that particular task, go to status, go to primary constraint, click the constraint,
Start on.
start on or after, don't put on that date, you can start after. Okay, just put the next date, update the project, and you have to go to the particular project and change it.
And the activity should not
If you want,
be,
we can change the activities.
no, the activity should be only outside the critical path.
Logically, that is correct. Logically, that is correct. But at times, we have to change.
Sir,
But it shouldn't affect the project. Certain times, we will change the logic.
And that's right. That is the part of things when
Critical part, the theory is that critical part don't touch. That is a theory. Critical part don't touch. But certain times, we have to do some adjustments in order to meet the project requirements.
If that is the case, here changing the days,
Yeah.
even if we put it 5 days,
Yeah.
start and finish date if are going to be affected.
Yes.
And if it is within the critical path, it is bound to affect that one, or we should do the whole project.
sir.
No, so there will be a change.
Yes, sir. It is coming to. So previously it was 27 days.
Yeah.
Now it is coming 28 days. After I
But there's a 1 day
reschedule.
difference.
No, mine is coming 27 days.
No, sir. Because. No,
Yours-
sir. Because.
Because the critical path method doesn't change here.
Now this was start on 22nd and this should start
ये 23rd में था. We changed it to 26th.
because there are
Because
2
that is
days,
the Monday.
2 days holidays.
Holiday.
And
It says 5 days over, 5 days that is there.
Okay.
We are not changing that. But their critical path didn't change. Only then my things come to my mind. Okay, that is outside. We can change it.
28 হবে না যদি 26 দিব তাহলে 27 হবে না যদি 20 কেতে
No, no,
আছে
no. First of all, you see, when any activity is coming on the critical path, if you are going to change it, critical path should change.
Yes.
That is theoretically should change. If you are a manipulator after lots of exposure, you can have that critical path doing some manipulative way of activities there, those are there, either adding or deducting. Set of foreign that can only happen when you are exposed, that you are an expert knowing what, if I affect that one, what are the things that will be affected, then there. Otherwise, any change in CPM, if the network is defeated, the critical path method is supposed to have a different duration. मेरे नहीं हुआ था इसीलिए so these were the things because this was in green, so I thought that this is beyond the critical path.
No, this is green wala, we can adjust it, there are parallel activities. There are two parallel activities. One is
Yes,
the-
parallel activity may not be one of
Right.
these one because of so 27 I didn't get myself surprised. Okay, ये तो है वो है ठीक है. लेकिन इनका 28 हो गया मेरा.
See, logically we cannot change the critical path. Logically we cannot
No, we
change.
can.
But there
But
are certain
we are supposed to.
there are
Sometimes-
certain times that we need to change these constraint types and insert it according to the project. Okay.
স্ট্যাটাস
Okay, now we are going to we finished the constraints also. We have finished the activity types. How many activity types are there?
Activity.
6 activity types.
Oh, activity type is
6.
not
We have relationship, we have activity types, very good. Constraints we may use it occasionally or as per the requirement. So there are constraints also. Okay. Now we are going to something important. It is called activity coding. Activity coding, project coding, and resource coding. Project coding and resource coding. Resource coding we will learn tomorrow because we start resource coding tomorrow. We learn resource coding. But activity coding and project coding. Activity coding is very important. Why activity coding is very important? Now just imagine the project which we are doing in for Tata Noida Airport. It has 7,000 activities.
Look, this is
Okay. The project which we are doing,
all of you please.
the project which we are doing with Tata Noida Airport is we are having 7,000 activities. 7,000 activities. 80 WPS. Okay, 7,000 activities, 80 WPS. That's only a part of that because we are doing only the ATC part. The airport is very big. There are several subcontractors. So 7,000 activities are. In that, what I realized, I am only a subcontractor for that. There are 150 subcontractors on various things, including the suppliers. They are all considered as
Contract.
so now, maybe the Tata president will come and ask you, get me the subcontractors task, categorize them, bring it to me. How you are going to do this in this particular 5,000, 7,000 activities? How you are going to categorize? So this is very important. So again, that is one. Maybe the client might say, okay, give me the categorization of the supply chain management. There might be hundreds of suppliers. Give me the categorization of the workers list. So, in a project where I witnessed, there might be 50, 60, 70 activity code. We create codes and keep it ready. So, whenever they ask any reports, immediately we will view on the group console. We will take the particular name, we view the screen, we take the printout, or we send their report to them. So, they will be able to see on a categorized one. Now, we will do a very simple thing for you to realize, understand that particular. And I will give you one homework also for you to do that. Now, Everybody just listen only, don't do it now. I'm just going to a project. I am just creating a new project. Next. Codes. I mentioned here activity coding. Next. Finish. I just put 5 days work calendar. I'm not changing my calendar. Just open the project. I am just going to add 10 activities. Add just 5 or 6 activities, not more than add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 activities I add. Just imagine these are FS relationships. All are FS relationships. The project is one activity finished, the next activity will start, then the next activity will start, then the next activity. So these are all FS relationships. So if it is FS relationship, I have an easy method to do that. What I will do, I will just highlight everything. I will just right click. You can see a link activity button there, link activity. Just click only once, don't double click it. If you double click it, the link will go. I mean, the link, there will be double link. Just double click it. And I am just scheduling the project. See, I scheduled already. My predecessors and successors are there. So if all the things are FS relationship, highlight it, right click, link activity, schedule. Finish. Okay. Now, this is the one I want. Now I want to code this. There are 3 subcontractors here who are doing different tasks. But just imagine 2 subcontractors, don't go for 3. 2 subcontractors. They are doing different tasks. So what I will do is just write it down. Enterprise activity codes. Enterprise activity codes. Enterprise activity codes. And just going, we got this form of screen. Here there is global EPS projects and don't bother on that. You can create anywhere. There's nothing is not there. So just put this is the screen I got. I am just going to press the modify button. What button is that? Modify button. I am just going to press the modify button. So I got another pop-up. Here I am going to create the subcontractors list. I am going to create that particular coding file. Okay. I'm just going to add. I'm just saying here SBC subcontractors. SBC. Okay. Or SB contractors because I have another one title there. So I'm just saying subcontractors. And I put close. You will see on the first pop-up screen my subcontractors heading is there. Here I am going to create the coding now. Okay. I'm just going to add here the code value. I might say this is SBC1 civil contractor. Civil contractor. I'm adding one more. Here I'll put SBC2. Just say electrical contractor. So I added the 2 contractors. Clear? I will explain it once more, don't worry. I will add the 2 contractors. Then I just throw it close. Finish. I created the coding. So I am going to explain it to you once more. What I have to do is I have to go to enterprise, activity codes. You will get this pop-up screen. Just press the modify button. You create add. You create the name there. Close it. It will automatically come to this section. Then you add. You add the 2 contractors. Okay. Then you are closing. Now I'm saying this activity 1. Activity 1 I want to assign. I'm going to right click. Assign. You can see the assign button. Assign activity codes. Activity codes. The pop-up screen is there. Now this is the one I made, right? Subcontractors. This one. SBC1. Civil. Okay. The first activity is civil subcontractor. I am going to assign. The second activity is electrical subcontractor. I am going to assign. The third activity is civil subcontractor. I am going to assign. The fourth activity is electrical subcontractor. I am going to assign. The fifth activity is civil subcontractor. I am going to assign. The last activity is electrical subcontractor. I am going to assign. I assign everything. I am not able to see anything. Do you remember when I started the class, I told you group and sort button is very important. Group and sort button is the viewing button. But the default should be on WPS. Default should be on WPS. Now, I am going to group and sort button. What is the file name I created here? SB, right? So I just type this. SB contractors. This is a file I created for the activity coding. I just click that. I am going to view with the SB contractors. See? Now, the activities are categorized into my activity coding list. Clear? Clear? Okay, can you do this one? Just create 6 activities.
You have to start fresh but understood. The logic is understood.
Okay, what do you want to start? Tell me.
No, start from this coding part, coding.
Coding. Okay. Now I am going back. I am going to view. What is the default viewing screen?
WPS.
I am just going back to
WBS project.
Just going back to WPS.
WPS which constraints were there, but let the constraints be there. What is that?
I am just going back to WPS. I am going to create another coding for you. There are 2 suppliers for this project. Just imagine there are 2 suppliers for this project. Suppliers. I want to create a supplier coding. What I have to do is, I will go to enterprise activity codes. Enterprise activity codes. I have to press the modify. Modify. Which button I have to press? Louder. You answer me. Modify button. I am pressing the modify button. Again, what I have to do?
Add.
Add. I added it. I am just putting the name suppliers. Suppliers. Okay? I am doing another coding now. Okay? Suppliers. I told in a project multiple codings can come. Then I closed it. After closing, the suppliers will come on the screen. Now I am going to add. I am just saying SP1
Interpreter assignment code.
civil. I am just going to add SP2 mechanical. That's it. I am adding only 2. I just closed it. Now I want to categorize the coding in this particular activity. I am just saying that activity 1, 2, 3. Just say activity 1, 2, and 3 are civil suppliers. I just click, I highlighted, right click, then assign activity codes. Here, supplier SP1, I want to insert. That's it. Again, I am going to highlight the next 3. I'm just saying it is mechanical assign. Now I want to view it. View it. You are going to group and sort. Go to suppliers, right? And we created a sheet called suppliers. This is here. Apply. Okay. Now it is categorized, coded, and created. Now soon after viewing the screen, what you have to do? Go back to WPS. Otherwise, your project will get spoiled because you cannot work on this one because this is only a viewing code on the coding part. Now I am just going here. I am going back to WPS. I am going back to my normal screen. That's it. So in a particular project, there might be hundreds of coding based on our requirements. That's it. View the reports. Clear? Clear?
Yes,
Just
sir.
create one coding, any one coding. Just create six one and all are FS relationship. If it is FS relationship, what you have to do? Highlight everything, right click, link activities, update the project. So predecessors will come automatically. Then go to create activity coding. Okay, how you are going to create the activity coding? Enterprise activity codes. Create a name, modify button, press the modify button, then create a name, then close that particular second pop-up, then it will come to the main screen, then you add
Sir,
2 subcontractors, that's it.
sir, after assigning the subcontractor, how to display that one?
Your name, the name what you are given is there, subcontractor. What
Yeah.
name you are given?
Subcontractor.
Go to yes, then slowly look, it will be there.
Yeah, sorry, suppliers I
Oh,
gave.
okay.
Uh,
Apply,
suppliers
okay.
apply.
Yeah, okay. Okay, just put
It is coming. So okay,
Yeah,
so this is
there
okay. Okay.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
now,
Contractor
now
one.
subcontractor 1 civil, subcontractor 2 mechanical. Now just go back to WPS. Just go back
Sir.
to WPS. What happened? You're not creating the project.
How that
Again, again.
how that enterprise, yeah? Enterprise assignment code. Okay. Assignment code.
नहीं सर एक्टिविटी कोड एक्टिविटी कोड
Activity code.
हाँ ओके हाँ ये हाँ it add करिए हाँ এটা মানে ये supplier हाँ नॉन SB
SB contractor.
हाँ आगे सर ओके ऐड करूँगा
Subcontractor
अच्छा
one.
नहीं सर এটা হয়ে গেল এটা এটা ডিলিট করে দিন यस
Schedule the project now.
এটা
Now
ক্লোজ
schedule the project what we
ক্লোজ
need.
করুন
It
This is
এটা ক্লোজ করুন
okay, highlight everything. I
ଏବେ
want to
ଆସିଗଲା
select the
subcontractor
selection
1
name.
ଏଠି ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲା subcontractor ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲା ଏବେ
Link activity.
add ଓକେ
Schedule.
ଏଇଠି ଏବେ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ subcontractor ଇଏ ମାନେ contractor 1 contractor 2
Okay. Now your project is
ଆସିନି
finished.
sir
This is the name automatically.
click करिए sir
Now go to
contractor 1
activity coding.
सेटिंग सर
Modify
सर
button.
एटी भी दियନ୍ତୁ सिविल
Add.
सिविल
You add the name. Contractors. Subcontractors or something. Add.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଆଡ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ sir ଦିଟା ଦିଟା କରିବା ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 2 सर ये बेसी नौनी सर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 1 करंतु कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 2 करंतु हां ठीक है मैकेनिकल कर
okay.
इधर लाइट আছে
SB1. Civil. SB2.
The mechanical third.
आगे आगे
SB1 civil. SB2. SB1 civil.
ओके
Eight.
आओ एडवांस सर
Okay, done.
Okay, highlight everything.
हां एडिट क्लिक कर दो ଏବେ क्लोज करो हां ଏବେ क्लोज करिए ଆମେ ଯିବା ଏଇଠିକି ହଁ ଏଇଠି ସାର୍ WBS ଲେବଲ୍ ଅଛି ଆମର ଏଇଠି WBS କୁ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ ହଁ ଏଇଠି S ଟାଇପ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ
Yes.
ହଁ S S
Retake.
ହଁ S ହଁ सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टर पळा आसिला ହେଲା ଏବେ अप्लाई कर दो
All the processes came in. That selection we can do that.
सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टर अच्छा नो सब अच्छा हो
WhatsApp in activity also.
हो এটা क्लोज कर दूं सर
Cancel कर दो.
हाँ कैंसिल कर
Delete नहीं
हाँ कैंसिल कर दो
delete करिए ना cancel.
नहीं सर कैंसिल कर दो तो हाँ এইটা স্যার ये फास्ट তিনটা फास्ट তিনটা को सिलेक्ट করুন
Assign everything. Now go to group and start. Put the name of the subcontractor. Enterprise activity codes.
नहीं सर कंट्रोल प्रेस करके करिए कंट्रोल ना शिफ्ट प्रेस करके डाउन करंतु
Shift.
हाँ आगे राइट क्लिक
Titinda.
हाँ फास्ट तिनटा हाँ राइट क्लिक
Okay. Modify button.
हाँ एठी
Modify button.
असाइन
Now you add.
असाइन
Put the
एक्टिविटी
name
कोड
there subcontractors.
हाँ ଏବେ ଆମେ फास्ट सिविल कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को फास्ट कर देबा हाँ सिलेक्ट सिविल सिलेक्ट करंतु असाइन करंतु ବାସ୍
Close.
ତାପରେ ଏ ତଳଟା ହଁ ଏ ତ ଇଏ ତଳ ଇଏ
Now
ତିନିଟା
subcontractor is there. Now you add
ହଁ ରାଇଟ୍ କ୍ଲିକ୍
SPC1 civil,
ରାଇଟ୍ କ୍ଲିକ୍
SPC1
Assign.
civil,
ଆସାଇନ୍
SPC1
ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟି
civil.
କୋଡ୍ ହଁ ଏଇଟା ତଳଟା ମେକାନିକାଲ
Add, then add
ବାସ୍ ହେଇଗଲା ସାର୍
SPC2. Close it.
এটা ভিজুয়াল যেটা এটা মিনিমাইজ করবো স্যার
Now select the first activity.
আগে গ্রুপ অ্যান্ড শর্টকাট
Assign
अच्छा अच्छी सर हाँ अप्लाई खाली कर देंगे खाली
activity.
अप्लाई ओके
Okay. Now the first one is
तो এটা মেকানিক্যালটা পড়ে আসলে চারটা আর
second one. Second one. No, no, go to the second one. On your activity sheet. Go to the second one. Mechanical. Assign mechanical. Now go to the third activity. Assign civil. Civil. Fourth activity. Assign mechanical. Fifth activity. Assign civil. Sixth activity. Assign mechanical. Now close it. Go to group and sort. Group and sort. Group and sort. Go to group and sort. Group and sort. Group and sort. Subcontractors. The name which we are given is subcontractors. Clear? Now you see, you can see the coding. Now after seeing the coding, go back to WPS. Group and sort. Group and sort. WPS. Are you clear with this? Now you know to create activity coding. I will send you one question, do it test homework and bring it tomorrow. Okay? We'll have 5 minutes break. 5-10 minutes break. 3:30 we will start. 3:30, yeah? Not more than 10 minutes. We have coded this and we need to post it. After that, we have to go back to normal slide. Group and sort. In a project, there might be multiples of coding based on our client. How we have to submit reports to the clients based on the inputs. Only 10 minutes, huh? Jaldi आओ, jaldi आओ. We need to complete a lot of things today. You have hundreds of doubts. As you like, this is only example. When you go to a real project, you have to work based on the project requirements. Now maybe they will assign you as a supplier manager. There may be 10 suppliers. So you have to go, these suppliers are coming for which all activities. That's it, your job is done. So you have to question. There might be hundreds of codings based on the project requirement, what we have, what the project needs. When the project starts, definitely there is a guideline. These are reports we should have. So we based on that, we use them. Your diploma or BTech. You are also BTech. Finished? You are going home. Yeah, okay. Finished? Okay? project engineer. Okay. Just type the project engineer. Type project engineer. Also,
Bullion. Enterprise project.
in activity 1, 2 project engineers. How many days work is there? 5 days. So, how many project engineers should be there if it is 5 days? There are 2 engineers working. He assigned only 1 engineer now. There are 2 engineers working. So, what should be the total man hours? How? I have 2 project engineers working in a day. Just imagine 2 project engineers working in a day. 2 project engineers working in a day. So 2 days, how many project engineers will be there? 4. 5 days, how many project engineers will be there? Yeah. So the formula is very simple. On the budgeted units, you have to manually do number of days into number of days into manpower. Number of days into manpower. So here the first activity has 2 project engineers. So 2 into 5, what will be the labor units? 10. So on the budgeted units down, you make it to 10. That's it. Budgeted unit, make it to 10. Clear? Budgeted units made it to 10. Now if we come to the next item, next, when you come to the next one, next activity, there are 8 labors, right? There are 8 labors. So what will be the budgeted units there? There are 8 labors in this particular one, particular activity. So what will be the budgeted units?
Assign resources.
How much?
Action.
What is the formula?
40.
40. Okay. 8 into 5, which is 40. So we have to change it on the budgeted units, which is 40. Clear? So 8 units of labor are there. We multiplied it into the number of days, so it is 40. Now the third activity, we have only one shovel. We have only one shovel. So that is correct, right? 5 is there. So what is the total cost? Everybody got 95,000? Total cost? Huh? That's the wrong. What is the number of duration days there? See here.
नहीं सर एट है ना 8 ही एक्टिविटीज रही जगह राइट क्लिक करें हाँ एक्टिविटीज हाँ इसको बुद्धि को उसका ठीक है जानते हाँ राइट क्लिक
That's the total cost.
सर असाइन
Where did we got this 2 lakhs and all? There's nothing here 2 lakhs and all. Where did you got 2 lakhs? Tell me, where did you got the 2 lakhs? What is this? Read directly, my friend. Okay, so 95,000. So far, this part is okay? This part is okay? How we are adding manpower? Clear? Clear?
Yes.
Clear? Only one person told clear.
Yes, sir.
2. Clear? Louder.
Yes, sir.
No energy. Okay. Just imagine myself from 9:30 I am starting here shouting. I have good energy. You people are very young, you don't have energy. What is this?
But
Okay.
they have got the energy. They have not understood the thing that how should they go? They do have lots of energy.
Hey, you see, imagine that I'm standing from here from 9:30. I'm shouting to the students. I'm explaining them. But whenever I'm asking questions, everybody says, I think they're sleeping. No energy. They're all youngsters. Very active.
Activities.
Okay. Okay, now we know how to add the manpower and the non-labor. That part is clear. That part is clear. Now I want to add materials. Now in order to add materials in physics, you must first create the units. Now suppose you want to add pipes. How pipes are measured? It can be measured in running meter or it can be measured in meters, right? So I have to first create the units. So in order to create the units, first I have to go admin categories, admin categories, admin categories. You have to go units of measures. You have to go to click units of measures. Units of measures. I'm just clicking units of measures. I wanted to add meters. The unit I want to add is meters, right? The pipes is measured in meters. So I'm just going to add here. I am putting the abbreviation MTRS. And here the name is METER.
Add.
Okay. Now I want to add something else also. You give me one material name. Which material I want to add? In material. Just give me a name.
Cement.
Cement. Okay. Cement I want to add in sacks. Just imagine sacks.
Big.
So I'm just going to add here sacks. Okay, I added the unit, I'm just going to close it. I want to add two material now, I added the unit and I'm just closing it. Now I will go to the resources again. I am going to add the materials. Just again the same process. Here I am going to add MT1, material 1. Let it be pipes. Okay? Then next, then the pipe is material, right? So you have to click the material part. The unit of measures is, just click the unit of measures which is meters, Just assign that. Next. And here, let's say it is 600 per meter. 600, just put 600, it will automatically catch meter because you had already given the units. Now here, default and maximum unit don't bother. Default and maximum units don't bother. Why? Because if I want to floor in this room in 1000 tiles, I'll just put only 1000 tiles. Will I multiply it with the number of days? No. We add only the current quantity. Okay? So forget about the default unit and the other maximum unit and all, because we add only the quantity that is required to complete the task. Clear? For only manpower and non-labor, we are just multiplying number of manpower or number of non-labor into number of days. That's it. But here there is no multiplication. What we need, we add exactly that one. Okay? So I added this one. Next, calendar, check the calendar, next, finish. I'm adding one more material, which is cement. Next, here it is material, again unit of measures you have to click, and it should be in sand. Next, and here I mentioned 500 per sand. The rest I'm not bothered. Okay, next, finish. So I added the materials. I'm again going back to the activity. I am going to, in activity A030, the fourth activity, I'm again going to add the resource pipes. On 1040, I'm going to add the resource cement. Both I added. Now if I go to A1030, see the budgeted units, you have to always check that one. Now it automatically came to 40. So we have to put only what is required there. Now I am saying I need around 500 meters of pipes to complete that particular task. I need 500 meters of pipe to complete that particular task. I just put 500 and just press enter. Okay. Again I come to the A1040 activity, and it is, which one we added there? Sacks. And here also it says 40, but no, I need around 250 sacks of cement to complete that particular job. So I just put only 250. So this is how you are getting all these numbers based on your project requirement. Right, I told you I want to floor this with tiles. And this floor may be 100 square feet and maybe we require around 50 tiles. So I will put that 50 tiles only. Clear? Clear, there is no multiplication. For budgeted units, there is no multiplication. For materials, you only add what is required. So only for the labor and non-labor part, you will multiply with the number of labors into number of days. That's it. And here we require only the what is required. Now, in order to add the material, what we need to do first? Create the units first. To create the units, where you will go? Admin categories, units of measures. Admin categories, units of measures. Don't forget admin categories, units of measures. Create the material, create the units there. Come back, add the resources. That's it. Don't bother about the default day and time and all for the material. Just leave like that. Just put the pricing only. Then come back and assign it to the worksheet. Now please assign to activity 4 and activity 5. Activity 4 you add 600 meters of pipes, and activity 5 you add 250 sacks of cement. Add it. Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Talk of.
Okay. Let me.
Now you are
Going to
you are
admin,
in the same. You have to remove this to WBS because you are on the group and sort mode of activity mode. Now you have to come back to this. Oh, no, it's okay.
Going to the admin
Admin
and the admin categories.
categories. Units of measures. You already created sacks and meters. Okay, no problem. Close. Now on the you didn't add other items, right? On the resources, no, you didn't assign the resources so far. So the first activity we told we need to add project engineer.
ये ऐड किया था ना that I have already done.
No, not added. Okay, it is here. Second one you needed to add labor. Third one you needed to add shovel. You had add what happened is you didn't change your default screen mode, so you added it in somewhere else.
Okay. I have added, but that is not there.
Okay, now it is added, and now here the first activity. The first activity it is one budgeted units.
Budgeted
It
unit.
says only 1 day.
1 day means 2 engineers.
Two engineers, so you have to put two. Okay, and this one we didn't add. We have to add labor. Let's say the labor is 8. 10 into 3, which is budget unit is 30.
8 into
10 into 3, 10 labors.
10
So
level.
10 into 3, which is 30.
But in the day 1, project engineer and labor will be there.
No, sir. This is the second activity.
Second
This
activity.
activity needs 10 labors.
10
I'm
labors.
just
But
doing an
the-
example.
Okay.
So there are 3 days of activity. So 1 day is 10 labors. So 3 into 10, which is 30. Budgeted units is 30.
Okay. Hey, that is fine.
Yeah.
But you now have covered 4 days. 1 day and 3 days. So these 4 days have got the project engineers as well as the laborers.
Yes, see, each activity there will be different resources assigned. Second activity, there is another resource.
No, one other resources, but suppose that activities number 100, that is the 0 day, you start 1010, you do have 3 days.
Okay.
3 days of any activities
Yeah.
is a part of the project.
Yes.
And there you have the components of project engineer and their workforce is labor.
Yes. So in this particular activity, we added only labors. So this particular activity, only labor manpower is there. But in a real scenario, project manager, project engineer, everybody is included
With
there.
there and it will be equal. Okay, here we go. Next.
So here we should add 30 because there are 30.
The budgetary units means that will take care.
Yeah.
Okay. So that will days.
No, budget units for 30. 30.
Okay.
That's it. And here you will add one shovel. Here you already add one more project work involved. Here you will add labor. Here it is 10 units, 5 days. It is 10 into 5 means 10 into 5 is 50. Now this one, this shovel. Shovel there is only 2 days. Okay. So this is the way we have to add. Now if you want to add the resources, you want to add one more resources, that is pipes. right? So just say MT1. Resource ID MT1. 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 We are just going to say this is pipes. PIPES.
वहाँ मीटर दे दीजिए
Next, yeah, now this is material. Here we have to click and put the units, which is the pipe. Actually, it should be meters. Yeah. Okay, next. And here we know the price. It is 600. Let's put 600. Okay, that's it. Next, 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 next. Now that is done. Again, I want to add one more, which is cement. Let's put the product cement. Next. Now this unit of measures, we have to go here. The cement is here. No. It's here already. Sacks. Next. Now here we press 500. 500. That's it. The sacks will already come because we already added it. Next. Finish. Okay. Now we are going back to the activities. And this activity, this activity I am going to add pipes. And the next activity I am going to add cement. Okay, so the first activity, see it automatically take 20 because it calculates like that. Now here we need only 600 meters of pipes. Let's put 600. That's it. And here we need, let's say 250 sacks of cement. That's it. We don't multiply here. Only for manpower and non-labor we multiply things.
Clear? Clear? So I will give you one assignment for you, which is very easy. A small project. You have to do and bring it tomorrow because in that project I have to do something else also. See how I am playing with you. The other guys already completed today and went. That's one. They have already completed this and went. I mean, this is the last one. Okay. See, just open the question. Now you guys know how to create a project. You guys go to create a calendar. You guys you guys know to create a WPS. You know the relationships are there. You know the activity tags are there. So you know how to create a project. Now we just started with the labor and materials. Now you know how to create the labor, how to create the materials, and how to assign them. So this one is a very small project. There are resources there. You have to add the resources, design engineer, project engineer, supervisor, officer, all those resources. Then you assign on the project one by one. It is mentioned already there on the table. Okay, there is no materials here, only manpower here. So it's very, there's the material. Sand and cement is there. Cement you already created. So the unit is already there. Sand, they are saying the sand is in cubic feet. So you have to create cubic feet. Unit cubic feet. Okay. Then assign what is said. So tomorrow I want to see it. You don't come here and do it and bring it, especially this particular one. Because we need to do something else also on this. Then we have to start earn value management. Then we need small reporting is there. What you call printing is there, reporting is there. Then I want to give you some advanced lessons explanation. You don't have to study all those things like risk management and all, but you should understand how the industry processes them. Because it's a very huge topic, but I can give you a capsule. Okay, so now you know how to create a project, how to schedule a project. Now we start with the manpower. So we will do something else also tomorrow. Then we will end up with the earned value management. That is the prime important or the output of business. Clear? Anything else I need to explain more?
Sir, sir, this assignment, sir,
Let me finish one by one and
this assignment will be creating in any between or in
any there are 5 or 6 EPS we have. Create anywhere because these are all examples. But when we go to a real project things now for you
suppose-
teaching purpose,
huh.
you can just create any EPS. You can make one EPS like 3, 4, 5. Any way you can do, but do the projects only on some EPS.
No, sir. Suppose let us say here I will here below this under road project I will again suppose create this one. So I can find a report or I can generate report for specific for this one, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Because you are opening the project and your sheet will be opened. From that sheet, reporting I didn't come. Tomorrow we are going to see how we are going to take the report. In P6 there are thousands of default reports. You don't have to go and create a new
Okay.
one. It's very easy, right click, take the report. So they don't create any new reports. But normally, in my case, I used to create small reports for my own personal use. But when you go to real thing, they're asking earned value management. The report is already there. Just click that, take the particular report, just click that, right click, print the report. Tomorrow we will learn. So those all things are all very easy. Then we need to export and import. We need to study that. So suppose somebody wants this project. So we have to export and say it is coming in zip file only. It will not format in any way.
Okay.
Okay. Even if we export to Excel, it will not work there. Because some files are mismatching with the Microsoft Excel. So there are certain ways to do, but it is very difficult. So the beginners, they see the exporting and the P6 format. That's very much clear. Okay. Again, if we want to give this project to somebody, and they are going to do some corrections, we can create a replica of that.
Okay.
And no changes will happen to the original file unless that file came back and we say okay, accept the changes. What is it? That will upgrade the original file.
Editor in this one,
Which one, sir?
P6.
No.
That is there.
Project.
Reflection of reflection. We call that as reflection. They create a reflection, we can work on that reflection, then there may be higher authorities, they will see and they will approve and all. They will check everything, and then if it's okay, we can come up and merge the reflection with the original source file. In big companies and all, if there are 5, 10 departments, normally they create a reflection, they will share it with the web. And those reflections, they will update it. Okay, and those updates, the reviewing team will review it, they say approve. Yes, you call me for what? विवेश गया इधर गया maybe when you
अरे सर এই ଗୋଟିଏ ସେମିଷ୍ଟର ଦିଟା ସଫ୍ଟୱେୟାର ଶିଖିଯିବି ଦିଟା କି
ରେଭିଟ୍ରେ ତମର ନଥିଲା ରେଭିଟ୍ ଶିଖିଯିବ ତାପରେ ପିଏମ୍ଇ ଶିଖିଯିବ ଅଟୋକାଟା ଖାଲି ଜାଣିଛ अरे यार ये तो पढ़ो लेन का इसे कर दिया लेन का कहीं ये नहीं जाऊँ जी
सर इसको लैंड का कोड़ा ही अच्छा लैंड लैंड कोतरे की नहीं बोले खाली सिस्टम गुड़ारे अच्छे लैंड बोले कोड़ा ही तारी भी लैंड नहीं
नहीं अभी ना इंटरलेट पढ़ो
No, you were very active last 2 days. Why you are not active today? Somebody told you not to study? Or you are angry with you?
Where are those labs? Huh? अरे यार जो पूरा का पढ़ो तो
सर
और सब भीतर ओके ठीक है तो जो वाईफाई है ही है चल ठीक है
Tomorrow everybody come at 2 o'clock itself because we are going to study earned value management, which is very important. Everybody have to do that.
Hey, tomorrow all of you, especially diploma, you should be at least 5 minutes prior to the room and I will be here. You will coordinate